Hello, Monsters Abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 and Mortal Empires Part 6 of my Azhag campaign. Hopefully, the sound's not weird, because I've had some issues with my fucking headset, innit? Bloody headphones. Rubbish. Basically, it started going weird, where I could hear music and, like, sounds, but voices cut out. It sounded like they were coming from a deep well far, far away. And I mean, I don't even know how headphones worked. I was like, oh, what could be causing this? And I realised, I don't have a fucking clue. I don't know how sounds get from across the internet into my box and then into the little wire that then goes into my brain. How does that all work? Fuck knows. I don't know. It made me angry. Because I was like, it's magic. It's black. It's the blackest of magics, and it must be burned. But then I realised that would probably be self-defeating. So instead, I decided that I would try and sort of like, you know, troubleshoot it. So, oh, my trolls are running away. No, guys, don't run. If you run away, you'll get shot by the gun people. And if you get shot by the gun people, that'll just make you sadder and also dead. Oh, you idiot. Okay, fine, whatever. We've got them like goblins climbing up walls over here. Our cavalry coming through this gate over here. And then we've got our main force like climbing up the walls and trying to enter the settlement. Now, so I tried some troubleshooting. Tried a different headset. That was fine. Tried the broken headset on another laptop. Same thing, same issue. So I was like, okay, so it must be the headset. So at that point, I'm like, well, obviously, the headset must be broken, and I don't know why, but it is. So, fine. Swamp Things are currently murdering some halberdiers over here, so that's nice. Good old girls, maybe? I don't know. Not sure. Can't tell. Too smelly. And so I was like, okay, well, obviously I need a new headset. So I've been, you know what? I've been looking at getting a wireless headset for a while because, you know, wires and shit are kind of annoying. So I was like, maybe I could get a wireless one. So ordered one of those, but it's not going to arrive for a couple of days. I was like, oh, no. So what do? Well, I do have my work headset, but that's like one of those one-ear things. So I recorded the campaign bits of this with my one-ear headset. So I hope that's fine. I'm sure it will be fine. Managed to smash our way through this gate over here. The Mournfang Cavalry and the Squig Hoppers hopping in. I do love the Squig Hoppers. I wish I was... You know what? Every time I play Azhag, I'm like, oh, I wish I was playing Scarstick. Look. If I'm playing Orcs, right, I really want to be playing Goblins. I'm going to be... Most factions I'm playing, I probably want to play Goblins. Most of the time. The Trolls are, well, maybe dead, who can tell. Anyway... So I had this one ear thing, and I was like, oh, that's not great. So maybe... Oh, but I do have another headset, but it's Bluetooth. And my PC doesn't have Bluetooth, because I was like, I had the option of getting a motherboard with Bluetooth, but then when the fuck do I ever use Bluetooth? The answer is, in this particular occasion, when I have a Bluetooth headset that I normally use when I'm like listening to shit in my car, like I like listening to podcasts, so I'll use my Bluetooth headset. So I was like, brilliant, I can use that. No, I can't, don't have Bluetooth. Shit. But the headset has a port for an audio jack. I was like, perfect. Do I have an audio jack? Do I? Fuck. So instantly I'm like, okay, that's fine. Where can I get an audio jack from? I can get one from Argos. Now, if you don't know what Argos is, because you don't live in the UK, do they have Argos other places? Maybe. Argos is like a shop, but nothing's out. It's all just back. So you go in, and it used to be the case that they had like their catalogues out, and you'd had a little bit of paper, and you had to write out what you wanted. There was all codes and shit, so you had to write, and you took it to the desk, and you'd pay for it, and then you had to go and wait at a little waiting bit, and they'd like go and get your thing and come out and give it to you and check the thingy, your little bit of paper, and check that you paid for your stuff and you had the receipt and everything. And they did. So basically, the shop itself was like the front, it was like a very small bit, and then everything else was just back bit, and you just had to go in. And anyway, so I went to their website and I was like, I'll order an audio jack because there's one just down the road. Perfect. Of course, the fucking website was down, wasn't it? So this is the amount. See, this is what being a YouTuber's like. It's not all, you know, bikini babes and budgie smuggler boys and super yachts. Sometimes you have to get an audio jack, and Argos is fucking shut. Well, not shut, but the website's down. I can't be bothered to go down there to check to see if they have what I need. I wanted to check it on the website first, order it, and so basically that's my nightmare. So this entire siege, you've just been listening to me complain about having headset problems, and if that's not made you unsubscribe already, then God knows what will. Anyway, looks like I've won the battle, so that's the main thing. You know what, I'm surprised we didn't lose the trolls, actually. But they're still alive. For the moment, anyway. Let's take Krugenheim. Poor Grutter. Didn't have a good time, did he? Okay, let's go with that. Because I do quite like my trolls. Having said that, with 95 weapon strength. With 95 weapon strength. They're not actually that much better than the Orc Biggins. So, you know, I mean, these guys have got 116. They do have splash attacks as well, because of course they're monstrous infantry, so that's a thing. They're not the 143 missile damage Orc Araboys. I mean, could we go full Orc Araboys? Is that something we can do? I mean, probably. Should we? Feels a bit, I don't know. Feels a bit wrong, to be honest. I think Krappelberg's going to get sacked, probably, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I am going to knock that down. We'll get defences there. I think there's an army heading towards this. Is that going to be an issue? Maybe. Can we stab this guy? Nope. 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 Backfired. Right, I want to do Slaggers Slashers. So we're going to do that. We're also wanting to get... Okay, beyond counting and sharing is caring. That's right. Orc communism. Comrades.
So, you got my attention.
Hi, Carl. Are you going to declare... You're going to declare war on me? Yep. Okay, well that was, I mean, to be honest, fairly expected. It does look like the Red Eye actually doing okay. I mean, not great, but they're surviving. Do you want a peace treaty? No. No. The only thing you get is death. I did think crap. I mean, they've got war wagons. They've only got 2 units of infantry. I mean, could we take them? I wonder if we can. With only 2 units of infantry, they've got nothing to protect. The auto-resolve's just going, well, yeah, but they'll shoot you. And I'm like, well, but what if they don't shoot me? What if instead we just jump them and wipe them out? What if that happens? I mean, I think it's worth a try. Let's give it a shot. I don't know if this is a good idea, but, you know, maybe we can do some damage to them. Maybe, I mean, it's war wagons. The only problem with war wagons is they will just run away. I mean, war wagons can do damage. They just can't really do enough to warrant their existence, I think, is the problem. So we're going to try and wipe out the mortars here. And, you know, we're doing okay, but enemy forces now moving in, and we're getting shot up. The other unit Goblin, to be honest, I was maybe a little bit hasty here, but I thought the mortars would get wiped out much quicker. As it is, they're doing, you know, they're surviving a lot better than I thought they would, which is kind of annoying because these halberdiers have turned up. I need to get the fuck out of Dodge. Get out of there, lads. Meanwhile, the rest of the force is kind of hiding in the trees over here. It's going to pull forward, see if we can lure the war wagons into range so that we can shoot them full of arrows. Of course, they are fairly tanky. They have missile resistance? They do not. Okay, good. Well, they just do have a lot of armor and shit. So anyway, 1 unit of Goblin Wolf Riders has legged it or been killed. I think maybe might have been wiped out, actually. Good grief. Seriously? Okay. And the other unit is hiding in the trees over here. Of course, the AI immediately forgets where they are. It must be very difficult to make an AI that doesn't forget where you are immediately, because at that point you've got the player potentially going, well, my unit was hidden, but they still could see me. You're like, well, or maybe you just knew where they were. I mean, you know, if you go and hide in a tree, if I'm hiding here, if I disappear here, the likelihood is I'm in this location because I haven't suddenly, you know, finished existing, so I must be around here somewhere. So the AI theoretically could go, well, obviously he's here somewhere. He can't be hiding anywhere else. But obviously, if he did that, it would look like the AI just knows where you are all the time, and then people call bullshit. So that's a little bit tricky. Anyway, the war wagons are moving up to try and hunt us down. I probably should have been a little bit more brave about the mortars. Let them keep firing, but it was just doing so much damage. I didn't want them to keep doing damage. I was going to see if I could knock them out. But they're really defending the little corner here. They're sending the war wagons in, which is kind of annoying. So I'm just going to shoot them full of arrows. I don't really see the point. That guy's got an arrow in his shoulder. That's going to stick. I don't really see the point in missile chariots. They never seem to do much damage. Like, whenever I see missile chariots in an army, I'm like, oh good, a unit I can basically just ignore.
As long as we outnumber them, we will hold.
Do you outnumber me? No, you don't. You do not outnumber me. So, you're getting arrows rained down on your heads. I mean, in theory, a nice idea having the little fortification there, but in practice, not really ideal. Because the arrows just like landing on your head. I guess, you know, there's a lot of arrows currently in the back, which is good. For God's sake, lock the back door. To be honest, it's nice to see a little step there, because I think the original war wagons didn't have a step. It was just assumed that people got yeeted into it, and they just into a pile of weapons. They just picked one up and, you know, let's see what happens. There was like one guy with a man catcher, one guy with a flail, one guy with a gun. One guy just armed with watermelons, the other one in a gimp suit for no particular reason, and that was just the war wagon. It was fucking insane. I mean, surely these horses can't be super happy having arrows lodged in them. Alright, well, we've done a lot of damage to the war wagons, so they've kind of like, you know, got the hell out of Dodge, and we're just going to go and hide in the forest a little bit deeper, because let's go. We could go deep in the foliage, and hide there for a minute. Meanwhile, we've got the Goblin Wolf Riders just hovering back, but they've got their mortar covered. They've got units of halberdiers, handguns. I guess the fact that they could just bombard us, which is kind of annoying. If I had more infantry, I could charge them. Maybe I should have just charged them. Maybe that's what I should have done, but I hid in the forest instead. It takes ages. I'm just going to speed this up. So, the war wagon's going to sort of like slowly probe my foliage, see if they can locate me. And of course, the trees not really working out for either fact. You know, we've got a lot of missile units. They've got a lot of missile units. Their missile units are better. One of the war wagons getting a little bit close for comfort. I mean, their charge bonus actually isn't horrendous. It's not great, but it's not horrendous. Their melee attack as well isn't the worst. I mean, their stats are not actually that bad. It's just that, you know, if they charge you, they're going to get their ass kicked fairly quickly. So we've been taking a little bit of damage here, and we've lost a couple of hundred boys. They've lost barely anything. But we're going to chase the... I mean, charging Free Company Militia, not necessarily the goodest idea. Because those guys are actually, you know, look at 31 melee attack, 37 melee defense. They're actually pretty good. Plus they've got guns. So they will make sure, plus we're getting shot in the back, so we get made short work of there. That was really a waste of my Wolf Riders. I probably should have been a little bit more cunning there. Problem is they've got so many missile units, it's very difficult to get close without getting shot to pieces. One of the main issues with the war wagons I find is they just have such limited ammunition. They just blow through it so quickly. Someone said these guys are bugged, but I don't know what the bug is. don't know what the bug is. So we're now getting bombarded. We're going to try and charge one of the war wagons. They'll, of course, run away. Not even that fast. They've only got 50 speed, which means they can basically get caught up to by any cavalry. And because they can get caught up to really easily, they're basically useless in any battle, which is... I mean, in this, they're okay because we are kind of outnumbered, outmatched anyway. I say outnumbered, we're outmatched. Because we're outmatched, they can kind of use... And they're not even that good here. Like, they're still pretty shit. I'm like, let's just fucking kill them. Get them, lads. Did we just get head-butted by a horse? Kill the horse. Jeez. An orc just got nibbled to death by horses. Fucking murdered by dobbins. Brutal. So the war wagons have charged us for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. And they are getting, well, as you'd expect, completely fucking wrecked. Meanwhile, the enemy missile units are moving into range slowly. Again, we'll speed this up because otherwise it's going to take ages. This battle went on for quite a while. You can have a look here. You can see that, yeah, the war wagon's just literally just charging our line. They've done a fair amount of damage, but as soon as they charge into us, they just die. And I kind of lose the will to live in this battle. It's been going on for a while, and I'm just bored of this now. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to defend this city that much. I don't need it. So I'm just going to try and kill as many people as possible, wipe out the units so they can't cause us too much problems later. I mean, the reason they attack this settlement is because it's the only one that doesn't have walls. That's literally the only reason they attack this settlement. If this one had walls, they'd probably just, like, flounder about, not quite sure what to do. But, of course, because the settlement doesn't have walls, just a little switch in the AI's brain just makes them go a little bit mad. There we go. Kill as many as possible. Unfortunately, then army losses start taking effect, which is bullshit, to be honest, because I'd almost won this. I'd almost won this. They had nothing really left. Did I outnumber them? Yeah, I fucking outnumbered them, and my army was like, yeah, now we're scared. Scared of what? Scared of fucking what? We outnumbered the... Look, they're getting completely wiped out. They had their fucking general, that's it, and some missile units. That's bollocks, is what that is. If they hadn't routed, we would have won this. Frankly, bullshit. At least it wasn't a decisive defeat. Maybe if I thought it different, I could have won, but... Those war wagons are just garbage. I mean, I know they killed a lot of stuff, but that's because they had nothing to harass them, really. Like, had I been actually attacking them, those war wagons would have been hunted down by the wolf riders. So they're only really useful if you already outnumber the enemy army. And by that point, you're like, well, it's pretty easy to win with literally anything.
I refuse.
So they've now taken a shitty little settlement. Oh, God.
Not likely.
Azhag is here. This is good.
Okay, what we're going to do... Bop you. Raise it. To be honest, I'm fairly happy with just... I'm kind of like going to treat myself like a horde. I think. Like, having settlements is fine, but I don't need them. I don't need them. I could go get back here, because then we can maybe get some of the nice skills. I mean, I feel like the archers are broken, but they're a lot of fun, so fuck it. Who doesn't want exploding orc shooty boys? I mean, especially in just one army. God, you've retaken Nashrak's lair. Tell you what, go and... Are you guys still up here? No. Did Ungrim's army get wiped out?
Do you expect
His strength rank 13. So I'm guessing no. He must have an army somewhere.
Now they'll see.
So I don't... You know, what will happen there? I don't know. I can't answer that question. I kind of want huge Peckers. I mean, partly because of the name. How fast do they go? 101. Fuck me. Good grief. I could get rid of you guys. Stirland.
I'll ignore that.
You've got a lot of knights, which not actually the best option in a siege. So we'll see how that works out for you. We can bring Azhag down here. He can deal with Helmut, Fuschbacher, and then I think we're going to head to Altdorf to torch it, because frankly, ugh, I mean humans, am I right? What a pain in the ass. What an absolute massive ball lake humans are. I mean, not as bad as dwarves or elves, but still pretty bad. Okay, also we've got some renames. I forgot to, hello. Hello, Lewin. How are you doing? Okay, so you are going to be Virus Looney Git. Anyone else? Goblin shaman called Prince Andrew. I'll do it. Also, we need to lie sweaty bollocks at some point. At some point. Okay, let's book it down here because we need to help out Talabheim. I mean, again, if you've got as many knights as I think you have, then you're going to really struggle to get through the front gate. I mean, that's going to be an absolute nightmare for you. And as long as these... Hello. Hello, Wraithen. The Book of Grudges. Stolen from the Dowie. There we go. A Lucky Charm. Princess Summon. Okay. Sort of slaying. All that kind of good stuff. I'm just going to leave Ungrim alone and see what goes on, because you know I'm kind of like I'm not that invested in antagonising old Ungrim. We'll just see how it goes. I should have raised this maybe. Do I want to keep this or do I not want to keep this? You know what? I'm just going to torch it. Okay, we've got defences here now, which is good. We are converging on Talabheim. Again, we're not going to worry about that. And we may lose some settlements, but I'm just causing chaos in the Empire. Just rampaging, burning, you know, just... I've got a lot of money. I could probably get another army. And then use that to, like, act as, like, maybe a defence over here, or maybe... I genuinely don't know. I mean, Grutta's army is actually pretty good. There's nothing wrong with that force. Also, the Empire did not attack us. Can we sneak up? It's like, what up, idiots? Oh, really? Are you sure? Just as I thought, you've got a shit ton of knights. Wow, the Ultra Resolve really fucking likes the Empire, doesn't it? What have you got? The White Cloak of Ulrich. Okay, well, Helmut. Meet Grutta. A big knight horde. I mean, this army wouldn't have been particularly good at a siege. I should have just let them siege, because what are they going to do? They're going to attack the gate, where they're all going to blob up, and I can use my big guns just to murder them. But as it stands, I don't know why they think they can win this battle, to be honest. So my skirmish mode, I leave my missile cavalry on skirmish mode, and that's such a stupid idea. But there's so many units to control, I just left them to it. But skirmish mode almost never works, despite the fact that we are significantly faster. No, they're actually no, the knights are slower, right? 66, we are 78, 92, 78. So theoretically, we should be able to stay ahead of them all the time, and yet, yeah, it's not going to work. So the Morn Fan Cavalry charging into the Right Guards, and we've also got our huge Peckers. That's right, my huge Peckers is going to charge straight into the Right Guard, penetrate deep into their line. Get them, lads. There we go. I mean, that seemed fine. Seemed to be okay. Good. Okay. And over here, of course, we've jumped the enemy with our infantry. So we've got Dirkit Squigs. We've charged them with the Moon Howlers. Charged them in the rear with Dirkit Squigs. Big explosions going on there with the Oogie Bogies Sploders. And we've got our Warlord. Oh, the 8 Pink Loonies. And there go the Fanatics. Oh, they're so good. I fucking love Fanatics. Look at the jam. So much jam. So good. Over here, we're just blobbing up around Reichsguards. You can see here, these Reichsguard not having a good time. Getting absolutely slaughtered. Over there as well. This army's going to be weirdly resilient, though. It really doesn't want to run away. Really does not want to run away. The Reichsguard's just trying to give us a... They're trying to get to the Hammer of Gork. That's what they want to do. That's my thinking. They want to get right to the Hammer of Gork. I probably should have sent my Warlord to go and beat up their general. That probably would have worked out quite well. Over here you can see, yes, they're just like, yeah, we're going to skirmish. Are you, though? Are you, though? Because, you know, you're faster, but then the Reichsguard apparently get a charge off somehow and then can reach us, which is bullshit. Total fucking bullshit. I've noticed this. Sometimes the AI units can get a charge off and, like, just charge consistently. It's almost like the AI can decide when to enter charge mode. Because your units kind of do it when they're near to the enemy, but the AIs can just kind of do it whenever they feel like. And I don't know whether that's just me feeling like that's something that happens, but these Reichsguard, they're down to 8 and they're still fighting. 6, still fighting. Have I got a mod that makes leadership more resilient? I don't think I do, but I feel like the AI is much more aggressive, but also much more capable of just sticking in the fight, which is kind of annoying, because then units keep coming back. I mean, look at these guys. There's 11 of them left, and they'll rally in a minute. The Hammer of Gork got taken out by a unit of Reichsguard that managed to slip by. I mean, to be honest, with this many Reichsguard, unless I boxed it up, the AI would have gone for him anyway. There's great swords with 23 left. They're still fighting. What the fuck's going on? There must be a mod that's affecting leadership or something, because there's no way in hell these guys would normally still be fighting. They'd be running away. Maybe it's the maybe I need to kill the general. Kill the general. That's what we need to do. There he is. Kill him. He's charging our missile units for some reason. Don't know why. The Mournfang have been wiped out by a unit of great swords. The Ujpeckers have been wiped out as well. The Death Creepers are still running away from a unit of Reichsguard, who I think they've managed to kill most of, I think. And, I mean, the Empire Army's in tatters, and yet it still thinks it's got a chance. It's got a third of what it used to have, and it's still just going for it, which is commendable, but quite annoying. Could you just please die? Pretty please, with sugar on top. That's it. Get them, boys. Tear them limb from limb. Finally.
Flee! The gods have abandoned us!
Well, that was an annoying fight. And I lost the huge peckers. My huge pecker's been cut off. Typical. Never mind. Right, take some more money because, I don't know, reasons, I guess? I mean, what did you think was going to happen? So, let us go with... So we lost our shock cavalry, didn't we? Everything else was generally fine. Leaving on the flank like that was probably a mistake. Never mind. What the hell? Why did kill goblins take 2 turns? What do they have? They're shielded and they're anti-large. Big guns are better, but why would you take 2 turns? Genuinely don't know. Okay, well, let's just get a couple of them and back it up with... What else we got? The rusty arrows? Okay, let's do that.
Now's the time.
Show him who's boss.
Azhag is
It's us. We're the boss.
The nation calls.
Toddy's over there. You do not have... I could. How many settlements do you have, Toddy?
Deliver your...
5 settlements. Declaring war on you is probably not the right decision at the moment. What I should do is, like, just book it down towards Altdorf, because if we can jump Altdorf, hit Wiseman, go down to Altdorf, torch that, they'll lose most of their recruitment grounds, and then they'll be just throwing shitty units at me. Krugenheim, I'm not super worried about. There's okay. You've left there. We know Wraithen is over there. You've got a couple of boys over there. Yeah. So okay, that's fine. I'm not going to bother upgrading you because I'm probably going to lose you very soon because we're surrounded by enemies. But if I can take out Altdorf, I think we might need to send you down as well. If we can like converge on Altdorf, crush Altdorf, destroy the Reichland, kill the Empire is no longer really a threat. They're just delicious little wandering bags of cash with little... The analogy didn't really work. Tillian sailors have returned home from Kemri with riches so vast. 2 have already become border princes. Tales of the wealth spread quickly, and a large force of prospecting dwarves have emerged in the underway. These dwarves, though uncorrupted by chaos, have instead been corrupted by the terrible greed that dominates their thoughts and dreams alike, and they are totally unwilling to share anything with the Tillians, who see the treasures as theirs by right of discovery. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how that would work, but fine, whatever. Where are you running to? Don't you dare run all the way around the bloody... Right, you come here. I'm going to give the Razor Standard to... you. Okay, we'll take the replenishment. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Bring it down here. We'll do raiding on our own territory just to get the doobie what's it replenishment. And I'm going to give you wizardly weapons. There we go. Looks like you've decided to put up a little army in Wiseman's. That was a mistake, Oleg. Came to the wrong neighborhood, buddy. The Immortals, the Crimson Killers, blah blah blah, Opal Amulets, Oleg's dead. I mean, yeah he is. Yeah he is. You knows it. Let's get Altdorf. None of the... oh well, these guys actually will get the bonuses from that. So they'll get extra reward save. What else was it? Oh, we can also war. We should war Altdorf. Because that's going to give us more charge bonus. And because currently we've got oh, it's the big Humi's trophy. Can we get a huge one? Fuck it.
What you want?
Fuck it. Let's do it.
What you want?
Virus. You've already got all the spells. So we're going to make you a dodgy geezer. And Zajar is going to be hard to hit. Right, we should just be able to head straight down to Altdorf, converge there. Obviously, we'll have the War armies as well to join in. So, you know, crushing the Empire should be fairly straightforward. We may lose other settlements, but to be honest, I don't really care. What's this do? Kazakarak. What? We took the Stunty's biggest strongholds. There's a lot. Is there? What? Don't think we did. Controlling Karakazul. Did we? Okay, maybe it's just orcs in general. If the orcs in general control this, then they just get stronger and upkeep reduced and all that kind of good stuff. We're losing money at the moment, but to be honest, that's not really a big problem because, you know, we've got 43k. I think I'm okay. Now, as long as the Red Eye are keeping Ungrim busy, that's fine. I mean, also, should we lose our settlements, I'm not that bothered. We can always sack and raid. And oh, hello. Hello, Volkmar. Hey, buddy. Didn't realise you'd be popping up quite so soon to see us, but lovely to see you and your handlebar moustache. I'm going to pull it off and put it right up your bottom. Ah, God bless my exploding arrow boys. They don't explode themselves, they explode other people. I can't believe Volkmar thinks he has a chance, to be honest, because his army's trash. And yeah, the Arab boys, I mean, I'm shooting into the forest. I probably should have put them over here so we had a clear shot at everything. That probably would have been a better option. Plus, it would have let us block the Reichsguard, probably in the forest. We've got some units trying to flank around it. I don't know that they don't really know what they want to do, I think is the main problem. Azhag landing down to attack Volkmar. And arrows exploding all around, as well as big old Futagork. Which is going to jamify quite a lot of people. Those arrows are just fucking hilarious. I love them. Little Wind of Death there as well. It's a freebie. More jam. The enemy army is not having the best of times. It's pretty rubbish. That guy just literally exploded. Generally not great times. We've got units kind of like dealing with these guys on the flank. We've got reinforcements coming in. I guess they're trying to get to the hammer, the Goblin Rock Lobber. The Reichsguards sort of tentatively moving through this little farm over here. We'll send some units to go and see if we can pick them off. Yeah, okay, so, I mean, so far, so good. So if we have a look at the Arab boys, lots of kills. 241 kills. Yeah, sure, that's fine. That's a fine number of kills to have. That seems sane. And yet the enemy army's still holding together, despite the fact, say, it's been reduced to about a third of its strength, and it's still going, nah, we're fine. It's fine. Yes, we've been blown up by arrows. Yes, most of the men are dead. But maybe we can bring it back. Oof. Yeah, no. And over here, the Reichsguards charging into our Orc Biggins, which, of course, not a good idea. Desperately trying to get out of this little encirclement here, but they just charge straight into more Orc boys. And then get carved to pieces. Reichsguard over here fleeing away. They won't last very long. Unfortunately, we're starting to run out. I mean, yeah, we have a lot of exploding arrows, and they shoot very quickly, but they do run out of ammo quite quickly. And the fact the enemy army has lost most of its force and is still fighting is kind of annoying. So the Reichsguard over here getting slaughtered. And I'm hoping that at some point, fairly soon, the enemy army will break. Ideally before I have to wipe them all out. They're being very resilient. There's one great sword. He died. My god, what the fuck is going on? This isn't right. They shouldn't be fighting to the death like this. Okay, finally army losses are taking effect at... Yeah, they'd lost the vast majority of their army and then finally it took effect. Is everyone okay? Hello? Hello, sir? I haven't paused it. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, well... Yeah, I mean, they have. Oh, I know they're broken, but they're so much fun. I mean, who wouldn't love these Orky boys? They're so shooty. So much Daka. We've got Grimbane as well, that's nice. And more melee attack and melee defense for our infantry. Not that we needed it, but now we've got it. And Volkmar looking mighty tasty down there. While succeeds. Did it? Not out, I take it? No. Okay. We're going to take Warferv. Hello. Bloody spears. Don't they start down here? Maybe? Generally don't know. Which was succeeded? Okay, you're declared war on the bloody spears. Okay, sure. That's fine. Local mercenaries leave. Yeah, well, didn't need them anyway. Who needs them? Not me. So, when can we get that? After spending 4 skill points. We've got this, which is kind of the more important thing, I think. So, I'm now going to get Soul Blight. Let's go with that one. Zajar can get back here. And then we're going to Nom Volkmar. Nom nom nom. Get that lovely bit of replenishment. We've got the Screen Banner as well. Looks like Altdorf is undefended.
I refuse.
Now, I haven't seen Karl's army, which makes me somewhat nervous, because he's out there somewhere. We can't hit it right away, so what we'll do is we'll just stalk closer. We will do this to get that little bit of extra replenishment. I think taking 2 armies to take Altdorf is probably a good idea. Oh, what do I want you to have? I guess spread public order? I guess. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Right, okay, so at least Ungrim is busy. Where's you? At Azul. Arul?
For the wisdom of the land.
Where the bloody hell is... Where's Ungrim gone? That's the question. Looks like Silver Pinnacle's fallen to the Skaven. Never mind. Right, we're converging on Altdorf because the Empire's the worst. So we'll bop them. We've got Azhag and his Daka boys. Holy shit, are they Daka boys? And Grotta is closing in as well, though he's actually a little bit further away because there's those trees in the way, and I don't think he can go through them. I think he has to go around them, which is a bit of a bugger. I don't really want to march him just in case. We could hit Kemp bad at the same time. I mean, how strong is the Empire?
Orcs come before me.
Their strength rank 4, which, I mean, I'm going to be honest, Carl, I've never come before you. But that means they've got several armies nearby. What strength rank am I? I'm 30, so they've got, I would say, a fair few armies, which makes me nervous because they're out there somewhere. And as much as I just want to charge in and take Altdorf, if I attack Altdorf, I could then get counterattacks next turn, even if I do take it. The more we build up our war, of course, the less of a problem that's going to be, because we're going to have chaff to throw in the way. And if we can get Grotta over here to help, that's even better. But I'm getting a sneaky suspicion Grotta might get intercepted as he approaches Altdorf. But that will have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.